I'm Dustin with Wrightsville Performance Sailing.
Remember, before sailing, always have appropriate life jackets for both children and adults. Make sure they fit properly before you leave the dock.
Dustin has been sailing since he was just 5 years old. His company, Wrightsville Performance Sailing, offers cruises, charters, and lessons at Wrightsville Beach. His boat takes clients along the beautiful shorelines of Banks Channel, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Intracoastal Waterway. Here, Dustin is using the motor on the sailboat to get out of the marina and into the open water, where he will then be able to raise the sail and let the wind take over. You can see that Dustin is steering the boat with only his foot, but less experienced sailors should stick to only using their hands.
Before sailing, every sailor must check the wind and find out speed, direction, and variability. Taking a look out in the mooring field at boats anchored, pointing into the wind, flags on the shore, and reading the water surface, checking the waves. Today we have a nice light wind. It'll make for a great sail. Before raising the sail up, we always point the boat into the wind. That's our neutral zone, or no-go zone. Irons are two words that we call it. We've got our sail rigged up, so now we're ready to hoist.
Once the sail is lifted, Dustin will be able to turn off the motor and rely solely on the wind.
All set? We've set course downwind, so we're going with the wind right now. The wind is at our backs, pushing us forward. In some textbooks, you would refer to this as push mode. We're going to unroll our jib now to balance the boat. We've got our student at the helm right now, so he'll experience a difference in his tiller feel.
When sailing downwind with your mainsail on one side of the boat and your jib on the other, it's what's referred to as wing on wing. With upwind sailing, we experience a bit of heeling or leaning from side to side. You can look at the angle of our boat right now. It's leaned a few degrees. When sailing upwind or into the wind, as mentioned earlier, our sailboat cannot sail directly into the wind, that no-go zone, or irons as it's referred to. What we have to do is sail at angles relative to that wind, and we call that process tacking. Ahead will demonstrate a tack for you. So now we're ready to perform a tack or bring the boat through the wind. To initiate the tack, the tiller goes towards the sail. We'll duck down and change sides, just like this. Here we go, guys, in 3, 2, and 1. We've now completed the tack. We've brought the bow, the front of the boat, across the direction of the wind. Our student Will at the helm has got our boat headed upwind, and we're heeling now even more as the wind has increased since we've left. As we're ready to drop our sail after a nice day of sailing, we're going to return to pointing the boat into irons, or the no-go zone, that neutral area, which we're doing now.
Since our trip is coming to an end, we lower the sail and turn on the motor to return to the marina. So, have you ever sailed before you went sailing with Dustin?
Yes, I went sailing on a very small, tiny sailboat, but it was nothing as big as the one that I went sailing on that one day.
With Dustin?
Mhm.
So, do you think that it was hard, or did you feel like you understood how to do it?
It was this same thing as a small sailboat, but just a lot bigger, and it was hard, sometimes scary.
Mm-hmm. So, do you think that you would do it again if you had the opportunity?
Yes, I definitely would.
Awesome, thank you. So, Dustin, what do people like most about sailing?
People like the freedom that the sport gives you. Once you have your set of skills, sailing can take you literally around the world. It's a lifelong sport.
When do you think a good time to learn to sail is?
At any age, sailing can carry you through your entire life. You can sail locally, you can do some day sailing, you can explore and travel and cruise the world.
On a day-to-day basis, what intrigues you about sailing?
I like the variability of the sport. The conditions are always different. No matter the day, you can have really light wind, easy sailing days, and then you can have more extreme, heavy weather days, both equally as fun.
How do people start sailing?
Reach out to a local yacht club. Many areas have a community sailing program. Universities have sailing clubs. Plenty of inshore lakes. You don't even need to be by the coast to learn to sail. Great opportunities out there for everyone.